So our time in Italy is coming to an end. We may have had some heartbreak in the last episodes. Let's try and correct that today. It's the Italian Cup final. Let's get into this. Hello everyone, welcome back to the final episode of Life After Lukaku. It's been a fantastic journey, and if you have enjoyed this series, then please sub to the channel if you haven't already and leave a like on the video. Also, get in the comments section. I want to know who's been your favourite player throughout this save so far. I'll tell you mine, Stefano Sensi. You already know that. We'll talk about him a little bit later. So last time out then, we of course got knocked out of the Champions League semi-finals by Liverpool. 4-0 defeat in the first leg, followed up by a 2-0 win in the second. Wasn't enough to overturn that deficit. I'm still very salty about it. But what stands in our way next? It's the Italian Cup final against Atalanta, and if we win it today, we finish the save in the season on a really impressive double. Should say as well, we beat Sassuolo in between the last Liverpool game and this one. I played an entirely rotated side. Edin Dzeko scored with 2 minutes to go. It was a pretty dull match, to be fair. And of course, we have already wrapped the league up. We currently sit with 2 games to play on 98 points, so we could well surpass the 100 points mark, which would be absolutely fantastic. Sort of hinted at in the last episode, but given that the entire point of the save was to see if Inter Milan could cope without Romelu Lukaku, and I think we have shown, with the right recruitment, of course, that we've absolutely been able to do that, and then some. Going into the final then, we do have a bit of bad news. It's a bit of an injury, a serious injury to one of our first team starters, and a pretty key player for us as well. Alessandro Bastoni, I can't believe this, hamstring strain, is out for 2 to 4 weeks. He's pretty much out for the rest of the season. It's a real shame. He is, without question, one of, if not maybe my best centre-back. Probably my personal favourite anyway. I'm a big fan of him. At just 23, he's got a lot of room to develop still. But yeah, well, maybe not a lot of room to develop. It's just, you'll probably look at the coaching potential ability and going, no, he hasn't. You'd be right. But he's still improving, as you can see, and I think he's just an absolute monster. I think that head in the marking as well could go up to around the 16 mark as well. But yeah, big loss for the final. It means we're going to try something different, and we're going to do something that I've not done yet this season in a cup final. You might think it's a bit stupid, but hear me out on this one. So I was going to play Andrea Papetti. He seemed to be the most obvious person to bring in. He's a very capable defender. Whenever he's played, he's never really let us down. But I think DeMarco at wide centre-back behind Goossens could give us something a little bit different. He's very pacey. He's got a good delivery on him, good from corners as well. And he's got a bit of a long shot on him as well, which we like. But if you look at his attributes and what's needed to play that support role for the wide centre-back, apart from his heading and his jumping reach, he's kind of got everything else. So I'm tempted to give it a go. Obviously, if it goes disastrously wrong, we can sub him off and get Papetti on there. But I think going into a final, let's hit Atalanta with something they may not be expecting. Other than that, though, the team is pretty much as you would expect. It's been what it has been throughout the entire season, pretty much. Handanovic in goal, Skriniar de Vrij joining DeMarco at centre-back, with Dumfries and Goossens at wing-back, Nicola Barella and Stefano Sensi in the middle, with Donny van der Beek playing behind Andrea Belotti and Lautaro Martinez. To give you a rough idea then of how Atalanta have gotten this season, they are looking like they are going to finish, well, even though they're looking like they have indeed qualified for the Champions League this season, wrapping up 4th position. They could still get 3rd, even though it's pretty unlikely with that 5-point gap with 2 games to go between them and Milan. But a respectable season, certainly, from Atalanta this year. And in terms of our previous results against them in the league, we actually beat them 3-0 at our place back in October, and recently in February we beat them 5-1 away from home. So I've got every reason to be confident. The boys should have every reason to be confident. Let's not end this on more disappointment after how our last episode went. Let's secure the Italian Cup and get this double wrapped up in the bag. Obviously, the Bastoni injury, far from ideal, but we'll look to make do without him, I'm sure. I've got every faith that DeMarco, as that wide centre-back, is going to be able to do more than enough to give us, like I said, give us a bit of an extra edge going forward, I think. And I think that's the main thing I'm looking for. I think having that wide centre-back has worked well for us all season. I didn't want to really lose that by playing Petty in there, because I would have had to play him as a ball-playing defender rather than a wide centre-back. So that's really my thinking behind it. But hopefully it comes off for us, and hopefully we can round off the season in a little bit of style. Obviously, the Champions League would have been great if we had been able to combine this as an Italian Cup final, Champions League final episode. That would be superb. But I've got no complaints for how the season has gone apart from that. Belotti hits the post 6 minutes in. That would have been a perfect start. But as I was saying, apart from the Champions League final disappointment against Liverpool, ironically enough, it's really ironic, but funnily enough, that first leg against Liverpool is probably the worst we've played all season. I mean, I don't think we've ever lost by such a scoreline before all year, so it's just annoying that it came in that time. But Liverpool are a good side. It happens from time to time. But we are coming forward there. It breaks down, and now Atalanta have it at the back, and they're going to sort of play around for a bit before trying to carve out an opening. But they're definitely a dangerous side, Atalanta. It's a team that I actually considered doing my beta save with before deciding to do Inter Milan. I wanted less of a challenge, to be honest, to kick things off for the year. But they're looking pretty good in possession here as Palisic has it. We're doing well to have bodies back. I can see a run being made as he's gone for goal there, Ilicic, and just fires over. Bit of a warning sign there from Atalanta. It's been a very cagey affair so far, just the 2 shots each as DiMarco sends in the free kick and Skriniar forces a very, very good save from Musso in between the sticks. And I thought that was going to be it there, ladies and gents. I won't lie to you. I thought we were about to take the lead as DiMarco swings it in, headed clear. Again, this is why I wanted DiMarco on the pitch from set pieces. He's actually, because I haven't played him as much, didn't actually realise how good he is from them. So I think having him in the team for this one, it just gives us, again, just a little bit of an edge. As Atalanta coming forward here with Zappacosta. And again, doing a pretty good job of just sort of standing them up and not really giving them any space to play with here is Zapata, who's definitely their danger man. I've been such a big fan of Zapata in FM over the last few seasons, and he looks just as good this year. As the ball is switched out to Zappacosta, and he's got a bit of room. If he can pick the cross here, finds Pasalic, and he just heads just over the bar. Again, they're looking, it's very even. I think in terms of the amount of shots that we're pretty even in terms of shots. Obviously, we've got a little slightly higher XG. But yeah, very cagey affair. I definitely 100% do not want this to go to penalties. I hate penalty shootouts in Football Manager. I rarely ever win them. So if we can avoid that, that will be bloody excellent. I'm going to tell you I'm pretty happy with how we've been playing. I just want to keep them motivated going out into the second half. But it's been a bit of a, I don't want to say underwhelming, but it's been a bit of a, I guess that is the word, right? An underwhelming cup final so far. Very evenly contested. And it looks like neither team is really willing to take a risk to make a mistake. And as we're over the hour mark, I'll say, that Donny van der Beek is not playing brilliantly. We're going to get him off for Joaquin Correa, and hopefully he can come on and inspire us a little bit to maybe create a chance. As oh my god, it's gone in! Because I didn't realise this was going to be a genuine chance from the corner because I was making changes. I didn't think this corner was going to come to anything, but Sensi has whipped it in, and Milan Skriniar has rose highest than anyone and headed it across goal into the bottom corner. The goalkeeper's flapping about all over the place, and just like that, just as we make the sub, Inter Milan take the lead. That caught me completely off guard, viewers. I'm sure it did for you as well. But yeah, unbelievable scenes. Great ball in from Sensi. He's been doing that all season. And headed in comfortably by Milan Skriniar. And I'll tell you, now the game is absolutely flying by. Atalanta creating nothing, neither are we. But here they go, Divan Zapata into Darun. Zapata having to drop very, very deep to try and make things happen, which shows that we're doing a pretty good job on him defensively. As they have got those 2 attacking mids behind him. So the fact that they're clearly not doing enough, that he feels the need to drop deep, shows that we are doing our job in terms of keeping them quiet. But this has pretty much been Atalanta's game plan from what we've seen. It's just sort of very patient, possession play, trying to see what they can do with it. Oh my Christ. Andrea Belotti there at 1-0 up with less than 10 minutes to go, whilst Atalanta are just knocking the ball very casually and slowly in their own half, has decided to absolutely chop one of their players down. Annoying. So why Andrea? Why would you do it? To be honest, I'm not going to change a thing. I'm probably going to drop us down to balanced. But I don't think we need to bring him to fill that position. I think having Correa behind Martinez should still create enough of an attacking force for us to do something with. As the ball goes in from Sensi, he's headed clear. As Dumfries finds himself pretty far over on the left, which is curious, given he's playing right wing back. Ball comes in from Goossens, Martinez shots blocks. And they're making a bit of a mess of this, Atalanta. It has to be said, Goossens has it back against his former club, of course. He whips it in. Correa's there. And do you know what? Would Belotti have scored that? I think he probably would have. But as we tick into injury time, viewers, it's been a bit of a, an underwhelming final, but I don't really mind. The result is all that matters. I thought that was going to be full time. Sensi has the corner. Last chance of the game, surely. It comes across goal. And Stefan de Vrij, with only his second of the season, has the job of just tucking the ball into an empty net. And like I said, that has to be the last kick of the game. It's done. Job done. Inter Milan have secured the double. It's another corner. Sensi sends it in. It goes all the way across goal. De Vrij does brilliantly to bring it under control and just tap it into net. It's abysmal defending from Atalanta, you have to say. You'd be furious if you conceded that. And there is indeed the full-time whistle as Inter Milan secure, their 3rd trophy, really, if you're going to include the Italian Super Cup in that. But they have secured yet a 2nd major trophy, we'll say, just to be fair to it, this season. Going with the league title, we have now also wrapped up the Italian Cup. And what a season this team have had. Like I said, we've only really had one bad game, and that one bad game pretty much knocked us out of the Champions League. But to end the season with 2 major trophies and the Super Cup to go alongside that as well. Can Inter Milan handle life without Lukaku? I think we've answered that question. A job well done, boys. A fantastic season rounded off with that cup final win. Obviously, the league season's not actually over yet. We've got 2 more games to go. And I think what I'll do is, rather than show you the games, because it doesn't really matter too much anymore, we've already got the league wrapped up, I will play those games now, and I will rejoin you once we have finished them. And we'll have a little summary of the season and the team. See you in a bit. Now, we spoke about last episode. Not my words. Not my words. The press officer has forwarded me this article. The headline says, Victorious Inter celebrate a famous treble. So, do you know what? I'm going to count it. Inter Milan, treble winners. Come on. It definitely counts. Okay, just please let me have this one. Please. God, that was quick, wasn't it? Welcome back, everyone. We are now at the end of the season. We have played our final 2 games, and as you can see, if I scroll down to the bottom here, we have won our last 2 games against Cagliari and Verona, 3-0 apiece. Martinez, Skriniar and Belotti in the win against Cagliari, with Vidal, Belotti and Skriniar getting the goals in the game against Verona. So, all in all, I think you can agree it's been a pretty spectacular season. 34 wins out of 38 with just the 2 draws and 2 defeats to speak of, 103 goal difference and 104 points. Andrea Belotti finishes the league as the top goal scorer with 25. Stefano Sensi there, 8.02. As the highest average rated player in the entire league with 22 assists as well. Obviously, a lot of those would have come from corners and set pieces because FM22. But even so, he has still been so good. Even without his set piece distribution, he's been one of my favourite players to use this season and so far in FM. I mean, look at him here. He's such a good player. I mean, some of his physicals are definitely questionable. Like, the natural fitness isn't great. Strength and jumping reach, obviously not superb. But his technicals and mentals are just so good. And yeah, 8.02 over the season. What a player. He actually missed the last game of the season because he's out with a twisted ankle, so that's a little bit annoying. But yeah, not someone that... I think if Brozovic has stayed, he's not someone that would have played an awful lot, to be honest. I think I came into this thinking Brozovic and Barella were going to be my main 2 central midfield pairing, but he stepped up to the plate brilliantly, and it meant that we didn't really have to spend any money to replace Brozovic. We had the perfect replacement just sitting in the club already. Looking a bit further into the league campaign, then 119 goals scored, only 16 conceded. We spoke about it a few episodes ago, just how good that defence has been all year. And again, Bastoni, Skriniar, De Vrij, even Papetti when he's had to play has been really good, as well as Dumfries and Goossens on either flank in the wing-back positions. Really impressed with them. Robin Goossens as well, someone we signed in the summer with the money we got from Brozovic. As you can see, 4 goals, 9 assists, 7.5 average rating. Just an unbelievable player. Again, if you're playing a system with wing-backs, I think Robin Goossens is pretty much one of I look at it as like a perfect wing back, really. He's great physically, his work rate is superb, which means he gets up and down the pitch as well. That natural fitness and stamina as well, it means he can get up and down the pitch really effectively. And you probably expect to see more green in his technicals, but I think because of how good he is physically and mentally, it all balances out really well. And he's just such a good complete wing back. Even though I didn't play him as the complete wing back role, he's just magnificent. I'm a big fan of Robin Goossens. Bear in mind, we got him for £36 million from Atalanta. Like, I mean, all that was up front, I don't think. But to get him for that cheap, yeah, absolute bargain in my opinion. And of course, we can't go praising the team without talking about the 2 main men up front, Andrea Belotti and Lautaro Martinez. 30 goals in all comps for Lautaro Martinez, who, of course, still does not want to sign a new contract. If I was carrying the save on, I would probably be selling him in the summer rather than risk losing him on a free. But yeah, 16 league goals in 27 appearances, 30 in all comps. I mean, his Champions League record, 8 in 10 appearances, and 5 and 5 in the Italian Cup. Unbelievable season from him. I think he had a bit of an injury towards the start of the season. I think if he hadn't had that, he definitely would have got to the 20 goal mark in the league as well. But again, Martinez, if you're playing as a team in season 1 who has money, and Martinez hasn't signed a new deal, he's definitely attainable. I think if you get to January or the start of season 2 and he doesn't sign a contract with Inter, you should definitely go in for him if you're managing like a City or a United or someone like that, because he is just exceptional. What a player. And of course, the man we brought in to basically be Romelu Lukaku's replacement, Andrea Belotti. I mean, he's done the job, hasn't he? 25 league goals in 33 appearances. Only 3 in the Champions League, which probably let us down in the latter stages of the competition, especially against Liverpool. I think second half of the season, really, Belotti's form did kind of drop off a little bit. If you look at his form stats here, that's not the one I was looking for there. Yeah, if you see how, like you can see, he went for such a long period without scoring any goals, pretty much for all of March and April. Or nearly all of April anyway, before he registered one, and just big gaps in between scoring. I think that may have let us down in the Champions League a little bit, because in that second leg against Liverpool, and even the first leg and the second leg, really, I felt like even though we created chances, just sticking the ball in the back of net was a big problem for us, and Belotti's sort of dip in form at that time didn't really help with that matters. But overall, as a season as a whole, he has been well worth the money we paid for him. I think if I remember correctly, we got him for around £15 million. When you look at it like that, with the money we spent on him and the output he's given us, I said Goossens was a bargain. This is probably the bargain of the window in Serie A. What a sign-in, what a player. So let's quickly run through, before we wrap things up, the end of season review then. As you can see, 3 trophies to our name, which of course the Italian Super Cup, the Italian Cup, and of course Serie A. As you can see there, some of our signings have been rated. Moussa Niakate, who unfortunately had that big injury, but with 8.25 million, he was a great little pickup. Really happy with him. filling in that left-sided wide centre-back role. He was superb. And I say we spoke about a few of these already, but Denzel Dumfries, not a signing that we made, a signing that the club made in real life, but I loved him. He was great. A lot of our attacks went down their right-hand side, and he was really crucial to how we played. And Andrea Papetti, like, even though I didn't start him in that cup final, when a lot of people probably would have done, I think for his age, only 19, whenever he was called upon, was really, really reliable for us. At just 3.1 million, someone that most clubs, depending on who you're managing, if you're in any top division, like if you're a mid-table Premier League team, you can get Papetti for the season one for that cheap. Definitely do it, because he will most likely grow into a really, really good centre-back. You can see he's still improving there. And yeah, he's got a big future, this kid. Only a B- from the board. I mean, what more do you want? If I'd have won that's just for the Serie A. Imagine not getting an A. Well, I mean, if we'd have gone unbeaten, would we have got an A, do you reckon? That seems harsh. Like, if winning the league and only losing 2 games and drawing 2 games all season, only getting a B-, I think that's unfair, to be honest. I did it without Lukaku, so if anything, I'm better than Conte. C+ then in the Champions League, knocked out in the semi-finals. I mean, that was the boy expectation, so at least we sort of reached our objective there. But if only we hadn't... If only a little bit of luck went for us in the first leg against Liverpool, who knows? We could have maybe gone all the way, but wasn't to be, sadly. And Italian Cup, again, B-. The board here, no respect on my name, to be honest, for what I've done this season. Absolutely no respect at all. C+ for winning the Super Cup. It was one game and we won. I mean, fair enough, went to extra time. We still won it. Did it go to extra time? Did it go to penalties, actually? I can't... No, it went to extra time, didn't it? I don't know why it's saying 2-2. But only a C+. I mean, I know it wasn't one of their priorities, but give me some credit. Moments to remember then, our biggest win of the season was actually that first game of the league season where Belotti scored 5 in his first game in that 7-0 thumping of Venezia. Match to remember was apparently the 2-2. I think that's the second leg of the Italian Cup. Fair enough. I think the first game was probably better. And goal of the season was won by Matteo Darmian. And there we go. For me then, as a personal achievement, Serie A Manager of the Year. Thank you very much. Manager of the Year as well, actually, I didn't realise. So we got the actual manager and all the other managers voted for me as well. So cheers, lads. I don't think Jose Mourinho would have done that, though. What a season, though, for Inter Milan. What a season for us and Inter Milan. And again, I think we have more than proven that there is life after Lukaku at the San Siro. That then brings the episode and the series to a close. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed this. Like I said, this is the first series I've done on YouTube, and I've had an absolute blast making these videos. And like I said, hopefully you have enjoyed watching them as much as I've enjoyed making them. So I will see you in the next adventure, which will be kicking off in the next few days with Derby County. It's going to be a lot more challenging than this was. But once again, if you have enjoyed this series, please sub to the channel so you don't miss another upload. And also drop a like on the video as well. And don't forget, get in the comment section, let me know who has been your favourite player from this Inter Milan team throughout this series. I'm really, really interested to know what you guys think. Until the next video then, I've been Ember Easy. This has been Inter Milan and Life After Lukaku. I'll see you in the next adventure. See you later.